So today we'll look at a common problem, which is that you've brought some plugins but they're not showing in Cubase. We'll start off by looking at the virtual instruments to see what's showing there. And we can go to the right hand pane, or we can go up to Studio and VST Instruments. If we click the drop down here, it will show us what's listed, and we can see plenty of Steinberg bundled products, but there's no third party and there's nothing from Native Instruments, which is the product that we've just installed and we know is loaded correctly. So we go back to Studio and we go to VST Plugin Manager. And again here you can see, if we sort by vendor, we can see everything is just by Steinberg or an included plugin with Steinberg, and there's nothing from third party. There's also nothing in the blacklisted folder. And this is where if a Cubase loads and a plugin causes a fault, it will blacklist it so that you can't use it, but you can update it and then reactivate it. So if something appears in here, you just select it and reactivate it. But we would recommend checking for any patches before doing that. So we go back to VST Plugin Manager and we go down to VST Plugin Manager Settings. And this shows us the VST location paths. And these are the default ones for Steinberg, so it's going to find all its own plugins. But Native Instruments often installs in its own location, and that's not listed here, so Cubase is not seeing those Native Instruments plugins. So we're going to want to go to the plus sign to add a path. We'll go to the C, System Drive, and Program Files. Not Program Files x86, because that will be for 32-bit plugins. So Program Files. Scroll down to find the Native Instruments, and we select that folder to expand that, and then we can scroll down further and find VST plugin 64-bit within the Native Instruments, and then we just click OK to add that, and then click to rescan, and it finds the new plugins there, and we click OK. And if again we sort by vendor, we can see Native Instruments listed there in Instruments and listed there in Effects. If we close that down and go back to our rack of virtual instruments, now we're seeing the plugins which we installed correctly. Create a track just to double check that it's all loading correctly, and here it is.